right, I don't. Hopefully, I am online. Let's check it out. City of Heroes. Oops, City of Heroes. City of Heroes, I don't know. Let's call it that. City of Heroes gameplay. Gameplay 1. There we go. That'll work. Alright. And I misspelled play. Alright. That looks good. Cool. Let me double check. Let me make sure that I am. I hope I'm public. Yeah, looks like I am. Okay, good. All right. Stream looks like it's a little messed up. Hopefully it's not too choppy. I don't have the greatest internet connection. Alright, so, yeah, I don't even have the chat pulled up, so, let's see here. But I'll try to be entertaining, how's that? Range defense is only at 31. That's odd. Let's see. What shall I do? Let me see. Both of these missions suck. So I'm going to get rid of these. And this one too. I'm just going to abandon both of them. There we go. Alright. So let me see. So, yeah, so if you play this game and you want to join me, I'm on Torchbearer. It's one of the servers. And you can probably just Google how to install this game. It's free. It has instructions on how to do it. It's an older game, so it's not the graphics are kind of cheesy because it's one of the older games. But I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It's basically you're immortal. There's no way. It's not a very difficult game. You can fight enemies, and yeah, they're a little challenging. But for the most part, if you put a little energy and a little time into your character, you can pretty much survive almost anything. Unless you get up into the higher tiers of things where you start running. They have various levels going up to 4. So they have 0, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Once you get to plus 4, it's pretty, then it starts getting a little tough. Right now, let's see, let me pick a mission here. I'll give you an example of what I mean. So I like the Circle of Thorns, so I'll fight those guys. Okay. So the mission that I have, it's at +3 times 8, so that means that I fight 8 characters per one at +3. So now the team size is what is from 1 to 8. So you can join other people. It's an MMO, so you can join other people and you can have up to 8 people on your team. But if you want to solo, you can also play as if you're fighting enemies as a +8 team. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's see. Now, most people, when you start playing this game, you're probably going to do -1 or 0 and fight as one person. That's the common, because that's just easier that way. But because my character, I've been working on her for a very long time. She's a tank, so she can fight a lot of characters. I spent a lot of time and influence, which is like the in-game currency. It's in a cave. I hate fighting in caves. Alright, I'm probably gonna ditch this because I hate fighting in caves. It is annoying. I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, it's fucking annoying. Just getting through these freaking caves is annoying. I mean, graphics back then were on the rise, but one of the things that they had problems with was clipping. Because so you'll get caught on things that aren't there. They're imaginary walls. And then they just have these things which they add design, but what they should have done was they should have really widened these tunnels. I mean, if you can imagine if I had 7 other people with me, and one of them was a mastermind who had like a bunch of minions trying to get through these caves, it is just frustrating. It's just so annoying. It's so tight. Hello, how are you doing? You look important. What are you doing? Ooh, you're a death mage. Ooh, that's weird. I think I'll just stand here for a little while for some more. Sometimes I'll read a book. Alright, I'll fight. Oh, that was crap. How many did I hit? None. Alright. I think the death mage. So, all the enemies that you fight have certain abilities. Like these guys have a 2-hit debuff, which means that you have a lower chance of hitting them as you fight them. And so that's why I'm having a hard time hitting them. But it's okay because she is a tank, so she can take the damage. And I like playing female characters. I mean, I have male characters too, but I just like playing female characters. I mean, they have the same shape that the old comic book writers have. And I'm sorry, but women are just aesthetically beautiful. I don't care if people think I'm a misogynist or whatever. I don't care. If I'm going to spend a couple hours playing a game, I'd much rather stare at a woman. Plus, I get to live out my fantasy of being a cartoon woman. Alright, that was much better. I hit 6 of them. So I'm probably going to abandon this mission. Because, like I said, I keep fighting in caves. If you do have this game, which you can download for free, well, actually you can't download it. You can create an account. If you Google City of Heroes, you'll find out how to do it. It takes a little bit of time. But if you do have the game, I'm on Torchbearer server, and my handle is @GrayBanshee. Hopefully I won't die while I'm doing this. But yeah, there's my global. It's @GrayBanshee. So you can send me an in-game message, and we can hook up, play some games together. One of the things about playing a tank is if you're solo and you're playing a tank, it's just, you can take the damage, it just takes so long. And the reason why I'm playing such a high level match instead of solo as one and as 8 people is I'm just getting some money. What they call it, farming. Yes, I'm just farming for influence. The game goes from level 1 to level 50, so it takes a while to get to 50, but if you play with a group, it can go by very fast. And then there's some people that what they'll do is they'll farm the architect is 80, they call it 80, but you can basically farm if you want for hours to go from level 1 to 50 very quickly. I don't like that. I don't enjoy it. The whole point of playing this game for me is it's just fun, it's relaxing, and I can just kind of, I don't really have to do anything. It's just relaxing. And to just, go through a farm to go from level to 1 to 50 in like a couple of days, it's just, I don't know, to me it's just a waste. I mean, it's not why I play this game. People who are like really hardcore into this game, they do it, but that's their choice. For me, it's just not my style. You know me, I'm critical of everything. Critical but accepting. Whereas most people are critical and, well, want to eliminate the people who are critical. Not I. Man, this is taking way too long to kill all these guys in this freaking cave. And you'll notice my camera's in the way. But I have a chat box over here, and in this chat box there's announcements of various people who are looking for group, looking for team, looking for more members. So if you do ever play this game, there's a looking for group tab, and you can put an announcement in there like you're looking for a group. You'll also see people who are looking for members. And obviously it's depending upon the level. So if you're in a level 1 group, there's people who are looking for level 1s. If you're in level 50, people are looking for level 50s. And you can exemplar, so like for example, if you had a level 1 and you joined a level 50 group, you would be exemplared to level 49, I think. Yeah, I think it's level 49. So you wouldn't be fighting as a first level, you'd actually be fighting is level 49. But that's a good way to gain a lot of experience and bump your character up by playing with a higher level group. I play with groups, but sometimes I get annoyed with other players. I'm laughing because just all the various, not character defects, but just being aware of how I am. But anyhow, the reason why I get annoyed with some people playing sometimes with other players is because they want to rush through or do something. It's just not really my style. So it's not really I'm annoyed with them as much as it is their play style is to do that. Let me see. I think I'm going to abandon this mission. Crap. Alright, I got it. So you know what? I think I'll show you the AE. So this is the called Architect. Well, it's called AE. I forget what it's called. Architect Entertainment, maybe? AE. Doesn't say. But this is what a lot of people use to farm their characters. And there's a lot of maps that give a lot of experience to players. For example, there's one called Comic-Con. Whoops. I mean, I can handle this, but like I said, it just takes so long to defeat the characters. Because I don't this character, because she's a tank, she doesn't pump out a lot of damage. She's good at taking damage. She's not good at pumping out damage like some other characters. Like they have blaster classes and scrapper classes. Those two pump out a lot of damage. But I'm going to play one that I created. Whoops. My creations. Okay. Stories. Stories. Here it is. I'm going to go with. I'll go with standard. There. Thanks. I just like having a bunch of enemies around me that I can just beat the shit out of. It's just so soothing to just beat the shit out of a bunch of fucking imaginary characters. Yes, that's right. Follow me, because I want to beat the shit out of all of them. There we go. Hello, Mr. Big Tank Guy. These guys are standing around. Oh. Alright. Just something soothing about beating the shit out of a bunch of imaginary characters. It's cathartic. So the purple guys are the highest. They're level 54. Because I'm a level 50 character. So this is the highest character for this type of enemy. I think there's other ones, or maybe 55 or 56. But it also depends. Some characters are some enemies are very, they have different skill bases. Like the other ones, the Circle of Thorns guys, they have a -2 hit buff. These guys, I don't know what their special ability is. Special ability is dying. Because that's all they seem to do. That's their special skill. Allowing themselves to be beaten the shit out of. So, this is my health bar right here. You notice that it barely goes down any. If I turn off my armor, that'll be scary. But we'll do it. What the hell? For science. So I turned off 2 of my armors. See? My health bar goes down fast. Well, sort of fast. You guys can turn off more. I'm going to turn it back on. But anyhow, because I'm a tank, I have a lot of armor. So it's one of the reasons why I don't take as much damage as other people. I'll switch to another character who's not a tank, and I'll show you what I mean. One of the other reasons why I don't play with too many, I mean, sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't play with some other people in game as a tank, because people have this concept, because I'm a dark tank. Let me show you. I don't have to worry about them killing me. There's various types of tanks. I am a dark tank, so I have dark armor and dark melee. This is a archetype or a character style that most people believe is weak. They don't think that dark tanks are very strong. Which is sort of true, but not really. It really depends on how you play it and how you build it. And this particular build is, I can pretty much tank anything with this build. The thing that I have a problem with is defense debuff. So these are enemies that what they do is they minus your defense. Because I have a high defense, but I also have a high resistance. So for example, I have maxed out. That's what the blue means, it's maxed out. So I have max smashing resistance, lethal resistance, and the thing that I suffer the most damage from is toxic attacks. So like these guys are hitting me with, oh, you guys can't see that. They are hitting me with negative energy. Oh no, that's me. They're hitting me with smashing damage. So there's different types of damage. Smashing damage, I have I have the highest resistance to it, but then I also have defense. So defense is the ability to hit, and then damage resistance is how much damage you take. So for example, a character has a 50% chance of hitting you for 100 points of damage, for example. If you have a high defense, they have a lower chance of hitting you, and then a resistance is going to make that 100% damage knocked down 90%, so that means you're only going to receive 10% of that damage. So enemies have a very high chance of missing me, and if they do hit me, it's a very low amount of damage. And this particular character, she also has the ability to what would you call it? What would you call it? Well, they call it, They call it soul transfer, but what it means is that you die and you hit the button and you come back to life. So it's like once they get through the defense, and then I take 10% of the damage. I have a very high heal also for regeneration. If they do kill me, then I can rise again. So I'll show you an example of this. These guys are them to get through to me. There we go. I'm just going to string these people along. Come on, fellas. Follow me. I'll gather some more of these guys around me. I'll show you what I mean. Hello there. Alright, so I'm going to turn off all of my armors. And I'll show you what would happen if I was not... where's that? You would think that they would catch a clue here and go, holy shit, we're not touching this guy, this lady. Where is the walk? I'm going to turn off all my armors, I'll show you. Whoops. Huh, where is it? Oh yeah, here it is, okay. Alright, so, I'll show you. I'm going to turn off all of my armors, and watch, I'm just going to die hella quick. Huh? Oh. That's not it. Here it is, walk. Okay. Alright, so now, watch, I'm going to turn off all my armor. Bitch. Try this again. There we go. Now I turned off all my armor. Watch. And... I'm dead. There we go. So now, I rise again. So this is a skill that is unique to this class. I think fire tanks have the ability to rise also. So, but this one, I just love that ability. It's just like, it's so tough for them to get through everything. And then once they finally do, they just rise again. They're like, son of a bitch. I think I'm going to switch characters after this. Because it's going to be boring to sit here and just watch me get pounded by these. And they don't do any damage. Actually, yeah, you know what? We'll do that. Yep, okay. So I'm going to exit this now. Okay. So anyhow, I love playing this character because she is just fucking tough as hell. Reed Morgan. Nice name. Reed Morgan. Reed Great Queen. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to quit this. So I'm going to show you. I have a super group base. So this game is based off comic books, based off superheroes. So everything is geared towards superheroes. So it's a superhero MMO. Whereas you have like World of Warcraft, which is like fantasy based, or not fantasy based. Maybe the best way to describe it. Like it's kind of medieval, or Dungeons and Dragons focused. Whereas this one is superhero based. So everybody has various superpowers. But this is a base that I've created. When you have a character, you have the ability to have a base, or you can join a supergroup and they have a base. So this is the base that I created, and it's a lot of fun to create these bases. I wasted a lot of time creating this base also. But it's fun. I have kind of like a medieval themed superhero base. I'm going to play one more match because I'm close to going up another level. I mean, I'm already 50th level, but you can go, where is it? Yeah, so you have veteran levels. So I'm level 50 and I'm veteran level 12. So essentially like level 62 is what it's equivalent to. But not really, because the highest level is 50. All characters go from level to 1 to 50. And each class, you have tanks, defenders, scrappers, blasters, and controllers. Each one has various skills that when you go up a level, you get a new skill, or you get skill points that you can spend. When you get up to level 50, that's the max. So you no longer gain any skill points, you no longer gain any new abilities, but you gain what's called veteran levels. And veteran levels, I don't know, it doesn't really do anything. But every 3 levels you get rewards, and then you can use those rewards to buy other stuff and improve your character. My character, I've worked on her, I've tweaked her as much as I think I possibly can. I don't think I could possibly tweak her any more to make her any more powerful than she already is. I think it's maxed out. Melee defense is at 36. Something wrong. I'm missing something. Aha. So, for example, I'll show you my combat attributes. But I just have... I have a high regeneration rate. Like I mentioned earlier, high resistance, high defense. So... it's just, I don't know how much more I could tweak this character. But I have, at this point, I'm just collecting rewards. But anyhow, I'll play one more game with her, and then I'm going to switch characters. Let me see. The one I like to play is, where is it? No, that's it. Oh, I think it's a 49. Yeah, I think it is a 49. Clockwork King Psychic Signal. That's the one. This is a fun one for this character. So what I did was I'm playing a flashback mission, which is 1 level lower than me. So right now my actual experience level is level 50, but I'm playing this at level 45. So at level 45, my attributes decrease. So, for example, my damage resistance, you'll notice hopefully my camera's not blocking that. My resistances are like 85, 68, they've gone down. My psionic resistance is still very high. That's one of the good things about Dark Armor, is it has a very high psionic resistance. So, one of the enemies that I like to fight are enemies that have psychic abilities. Or psionic, I should say. Not psychic, psionic. One of the reasons why I don't play at +4 and I'm playing at +3 is because +4 just takes way too long to defeat the enemies. It's just, like I said earlier, I can handle the damage. I just can't pump out that much damage. But this one is fun if I'm farming. So these enemies are called Clockwork. So each enemy has different abilities, different attacks. This particular map, they have psionic attacks, and I get a lot of experience for that. So let me show you. I think my camera's blocking, but I get like 10,000 experience for each one, which is pretty good. But it won't take me very long before I go beyond the level. But I'll show you the boss. The boss is hilarious, and the boss also inspired a character that I created. So yeah, I'm goofing off today. I'm taking a mental day. Actually, I'm taking a long mental. I don't know about some of you others, but it's just the way that everything is going on in the world is just it's really getting to me. So I'm practicing self-care or avoidance. Avoidance or self-care, same thing. But it's just something you need to do. People get caught up in so much. The thing that frightens me the most is when people do things and they believe they are perfectly justified in doing it. Anyway, I'm going to talk about it. I really hope that my audio and everything is fine. I should double check that. Hurry up and die, damn it. Come on, there we go. Finally. Alright, I'm going to check the audio. See how this is going. Okay, good. Looks like it's going all right. Okay, good. Like to herd up these people. Yeah, this game is old. I used to play this game like 7 years ago. And it had been around for quite some time before I got into it. I got into it a couple of years before they shut down. This game actually shut down for quite a while. And there was a lot of cry from the community because it's got a very strong player base. A lot of people were like, "Come on, please bring back City of Heroes, bring back City of Heroes. We really miss it." And I don't know why the company I don't know why they never carried on with it. I wish they would have, because it had a really strong player base. And I mean, at the time, I was paying for this game. I'm not paying for it now. Now it's free, but I was paying. I was paying like $10 a month for it. So, you know. At the time, it's like, what, $10 a month? That's not very much. So they could definitely make money on this game. But I don't know. And one of the other things is that the player base it was pretty awesome. I think some of the player base from other games is starting to bleed into this, but it seems like they don't hang around very long. But most of the people who play this game, I think, are older. So, you know, you have some decent players. You have some people who are just jerks, but that's in every community. I always think it's funny when people try to say that all gamers are such and such. No. Not all gamers are such and such. What happens is that you get the internet or the player base or whatever, you can amplify those players that are annoying, and that's usually what happens. 99 or probably 90% of players that play online games are decent people you never hear from. And then there's a small percentage of them that are just jerks, and those are the people you hear from. But yeah, this game has a strong player base, and they're decent people who play. So chances are, if you hook up with a group, like a pickup group, like a pug group, chances are it's going to be a decent group. You might have the occasional jerk in there, but you know, you can always mute them or ignore them, which is usually what I do. I can't remember the last time I played with somebody who I would consider to be a jerk on this server, or any server, really. I don't remember. Yeah, I can't even remember the last time I ran into somebody who was being a jerk. So that's a good thing about this game. And I think it is. I don't play a lot of other online games, like Fortnite or anything. I used to play Quake 2 online. That was a big one. That was a first-person shooter game. But some of the other first-person shooters, I don't know. I don't call that interesting to me. And first-person shooters, that's a different character base. They're always going to be talking shit. You know, They're going to be making fun of you. They're going to be saying, "Hey, why are you playing?" or "You suck," whatever. That's psychological. People always think that it's whoever has the bigger stick. Not necessarily. If you can defeat your opponent psychologically, you never have to raise a finger. So that's what players do. Is they undermine, they try to attack your confidence. They do all that. It's a tactic. And they'll say whatever it is that they think that you are sensitive to. And if you react to them, they automatically know that's something they can get under your skin with. So I used to fuck with people, they would fuck with me, and I'd fuck with them back. When I played Quake 2 online, I would say I was probably up in the higher tiers. I would say I was probably up, for the server that I was on, I was at least in the top 5. Not always did I win, because there can only be like one person who wins, because it's an MMO. But you would, your goal is to get 30 frags, and you respawn until you reach 30 frags. And whoever reaches 30 frags, or 30 kills, wins that match. 1 out of 5 matches, well actually no, probably less than that. I'd say every game I was in the top 5. But probably maybe 1 out of every 20 games I won, maybe less than that. Because we had some people who were some really good players, and they've been playing for years. And that's a game that goes back from the 90s. So we had some people who were incredible. They played in World Champion, well, not World Championships, but they would play in clans. They would play in various clan groups. And so they spent a lot of time playing, and they had great computers, great systems. But even though I was a casual player and my computer was not all that great, I still was able to play with some pretty good players. But I didn't always make first place, but definitely in the top 5. Usually I was like 3rd place, 4th place, 5th place, 2nd place. I won a couple of games where I was 1st place. As soon as I defeat these two, I'm gonna go for the boss, and I'll show you the boss. The boss is hilarious. He's got a fish tank head. Well, sort of fish tank head. I'll show you. We'll see. Come on, hurry up and die. Come on. But yeah, this is one of my favorite characters. No, she is my favorite character. I think I got her to level 50 in about maybe 2 weeks, just playing on and off. So that's not that bad. Nah, maybe it was longer. Maybe it was about 3 weeks. But there's some people, you can get up a high level pretty quickly. Again, if you want to join up with other people who farm or higher groups, you can raise your character up pretty fast. So my health bar is very high, but my endurance bar is getting pretty low. Even dropping 5 levels makes a big difference. So if you're not familiar with this game, probably a lot of this doesn't make sense what I'm saying, but if you are familiar with the game, you probably know a lot of stuff that I'm talking about. But I'm going to show you the boss. This is the Clockwork King. Is that him? Nope. There he is. The Clockwork King. And I'm going to build a couple of damage because I'm going to need it just to defeat these guys. There we go. But I have a character that I created that's kind of based on this guy. Maybe I'll show you the character creator. It's very intense. You can create just so much. I mean, there are people who just enjoy rolling up characters because they're just so fun to create. There's so many various costume pieces. It's just, you can make it any size. It's just so much control over it. So you can create, I mean, it's an online game, and you will never ever see 2 characters that look the same, like the exact same. Well, maybe you will. It's very rare. I've never come across a character that looks like one. You know? And I'm talking about like the color scheme, everything. But yeah, there's just so much control over what the character looks like. It's a lot of fun to create them. Come on, boss, hurry up and die. So most people who played this game, they're not going to be, unless they're a tank, they're probably not going to be fighting at a high level as 8 characters like I am. Tanks are notorious for being able to take a lot of damage. So I just went up a level. So I'll show you. So now I'm better at level 13. I was at 12, now I'm 13. Does a lot of punching. That's her main attack. Punching. Whoops. Let's do this. There we go. Ow, that hurt. And after I defeat this, it should be done. After I defeat this guy. There we go. Mission complete. Yay. Alright. Cool. So, I'll show you the character creator. Go ahead and log out. Here's another character. Contacts. And okay, so now I'll show you the character creator. I'm going to log out. So the favorite character that I like to play is a Banshee. They don't have a Banshee class, but that's what I created around that concept of a Banshee. That's why my handle is Gray Banshee. But this character creator is just so... I mean, you can spend hours on it if you wanted to like tweak it and make the perfect appearance of a character. So basically, this game it's a good time sucker. And again, it's called City of Heroes. And you can Google like how to install City of Heroes, and it'll show you the links. And actually, you don't even have to install it. What it is you have to download a launcher. You have to create an account, and once you downloaded the launcher and you've created an account, then you can log in under that account, and then you can play the game. And it's, like I said, it's free. It's absolutely free. So I'll show you some of the characters I have. This is my very first character, Gray Banshee. I love her. She's fucking awesome. Not as awesome as Night Phoenix, but she's more of a support class. This one is a tank. This guy, he's a scrapper. He pumps out a lot of damage. Red Hot Chili Pepper is just a fun character I created. I have a Paragon's Banshee, kind of another style of Banshee. This one's kind of based on Iron Man. Clockwork Orange, Tanker. I don't like him. I think I'm going to delete him. I actually created a Hellbound Heathen character who is fun to play. Maybe I'll play him. American Witch. So you get the idea. But let me show you a character creator. So I'm going to create a new character. These are the type. You can go science, mutation, magic, technology, natural. I always like to play magic. You can be a good guy or an evil character. Or no, excuse me. I think it's already included. So here's the type of characters they have. Tank, melee damage, range damage, crowd control, support, pets. So she was a tank. They also have melee damage, range damage, crowd control. I haven't played. Maybe I'll show you a support character. Next, so you can be. They have other classes under here: controller, defender, mastermind, corruptor. There's other ones. I think I'll do a controller. And then you have different abilities. So like survivability is a 4. With crowd control you have 10. So these are just like, I don't know, just giving you sort of measurements of what the character is capable of. But then you have the primary powers. Fire control, darkness control, electric control. You know what? I think I'm going to make an electric character. I also have illusion control, plant control, mind control, all these various control abilities. And then secondary powers, you can do cold, dark, empathy. I mean, and also for each character class. So if you take, right now I'm doing a support role, but if you do tank or melee damage or range damage, each one of these primary powers and secondary powers change. Some of them are similar, but there's just so much you can do. It just goes so deep. I'm going to go with time manipulation. I haven't done a time manipulation. Electric time? What the hell? Why not? So now here's the character creator. So you can be a male character, female character. You can be skinny, average, athletic, and heavy. And then you can be really heavy. It's just a different type of character shape. I'm going to go electric, so I'll just go there. Average, average, yeah. Okay. And then, so it gives you a default one, but you can just sit here and go random. And it'll just create a various character for you. Sometimes I'll go random. Look at this. Just to kind of find a design that or something that sort of I like. But it just gets it's too much. So I think what I'm going to do is go. I'm going to clear everything. I'm just going to go with bear. But you can change everything. You can change the shape of the head. Let me show you. This is just the head, okay? So you can change the face. Oops. Obviously, some have hoods, hats, think tank, animal, bird, special helmets, animal minotaur. I mean, there's just so much. A piranha head. There's just so much you can do. If you want to go with a standard human, you can change the face. You can make it supernatural face. All these various things. There's so much you can do. Hair. There's just so much you can do with the hair. So there's just so much. And this just gives you an example of how much detail you can get into if you wanted to for this character. But because he's electric based, I think I'm going to go kind of towards an electric theme. Actually, I don't really want to roll up another character right now. But this just kind of gives you an example of what you can do. Just how you can just create so much. Oh, that was hilarious. Look at this guy. Look at the eyes. That's fucking hilarious. I like that. I actually kind of like that. But I don't like the colors. Yeah, I like that guy. And you can just keep doing randoms. What the hell? I've never seen this before. What is that? Is that an aura? It is. It's pixels. Huh. So you could also create a character with no head. Apparently. Wow. I did not know that. So I just made a headless horseman. I lost my head. So there's just so much you can do. I don't think I'm developing another character. I already have enough. But it just gives you an example of the things that you can create. There's just so much. I'll go with Banshee. This is my main character. I'll go with her. I'll show you her. She's a fun character. A headless horse. I didn't even know you could do that. Alright, so this is my main character. So even when you've decided, when you've come across a character that you like, you can also change its costume. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 slots. So you can create a different costume. So let me show you. And then you have, these are just all the different ways you just change the character. So you can do, for example, lightning. Let me switch to her. So, there's just so much you can do with this game. I don't know why they ever canceled this game. There's just so much. It's so deep. You can play solo, you can play with other characters, you can create your own adventures, you can create your character, you can create costumes for your character, you can create your own super base. There's just so much you can do. You're never ever going to get bored with this. Well, I'm sure you probably could get bored with it, but it would take an awful long time to get bored with it. I'll show you. I'm in the middle of a task force right now. That's right. Okay, so this character, she's doing a task force right now. So I need to finish that. So this is the supergroup base that I created. And all of these things, I mean, it's not like, I mean, this is, you have your basic, here, let me show you. You have your basic template for a base. Let me go to edit base. So you have, so this is what it looks like from here. And all these are little things that I put in here. So you have these various assets of things. All these various assets that you can put in your base. Again, there's just so much. So much. But I'm going to exit this. And it's so easy to create it, you know? You don't have to spend a lot of time trying to figure it out. It's very intuitive. They really missed a cash cow with this game. Because what they could have done was kept the game the way it was, increased the graphics, which I think most people have. That's their main complaint about this game, is it's just the graphics are kind of old-fashioned. Not really old-fashioned, it's just sort of out of date. They could have upgraded it, you know, made the models look more realistic, and kept everything else the same, you know. So obviously the inspiration for her was the concept of the Banshee. So I tried to make her look that way. Of course, from mythology, it was the cry of the Banshee that predicted the death of someone in your family. And there were certain families that the Banshee cried for. But okay, so this is the mission. What I have to do is I have to stop the lead researcher and his men. So it gives you a description of it, of what the mission is, what you have to do. Oftentimes, what I'll do is I'll just skip things. Just go directly for the objective and just skip who's this guy? Okay, so he looks like somebody I have to defeat. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I probably will. But for the time being, I'm just going to ignore him. I'm invisible right now. That's why they're not bothering me. See, that's whoever designed these maps. They really should have widened these, but it's wow, the frame rate's pretty low. Probably because I'm running this through OBS. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for clues. I need a clue, man. Oh, there's a clue. This blinky thing. So once I touch it, these guys are probably going to get agitated. So I'm just going to temporarily hold them. And go for the objective. They do have they have PvE, which is player versus environment, and they also have PvP, which is player versus player. But I don't know. I tried player versus player in this game, but it's just I'm used to first-person shooters, players where basically it's just your skill. Actually, no, it's the ability of your internet connection and your graphics card. Whoever has the highest internet connection usually wins. But there is skill. You do have to have skills. You have to be. You do have to have skills to play first-person shooters. But with a game like this, it doesn't come down to skill. It comes down to how well you build your character. So that's one of the reasons I don't like to play player versus character. Player versus player. Whoops, going the wrong way. In this game. If it came down to just skill, then I would play versus other players. But it's not. That's going that way. I don't want to go that way. this is obvious where it's going to go. Alright, so I'm missing something. Top lead researcher animals met, which is probably that guy who I avoided the first time. I have to go back and fight him. Yep. Alright. Oh, and this is my favorite thing about this character. Is this ability right here. Dreadful Whale. You'll see that. Hello. Where are you going? Come back, we're having fun. Nope. Okay, so let me see. What have I missed? It's got to be in here. It's got to be in there. So I'm going to take the long one. This researcher. Stop lead researcher. It's been okay. So where is he? I mean, I guess I could go through and defeat every single fucking enemy, but I don't want to do that. Listen, he's just holding a torch. Okay. Oops. There we go. Nothing. Who's this? It won't. Been that way. Okay. Huh. What's that? Earth. Researcher. get into here? Where the hell is the entrance? Huh. I saw some guys in here. How the hell do I get there? That's that. Okay. This one. Ooh, maybe it's not. Son of a bitch. Nope. Huh. Who are you? No, it's not you guys. Huh. Well, fuck. Maybe it's over here. It would be funny now, those guys. Maybe I'm missing something. No. This is strange. Oh, fuck. I guess I'm just gonna have to start killing everything. That's annoying. I'm gonna go back to here. So this character, she's not as strong as the tank I was playing earlier. So I have to be more careful. The way the mechanics of this game works is that if you have to defeat, say, a boss, you have to defeat the boss, and then some of the other characters that are around him in this general area, and sometimes it goes farther than that, like it'll be the whole room. So I'm thinking that that first guy I encountered was the boss, which I don't know why they put it at the start of the map. And then I had to defeat the guys around him. So I'm going to start with this area first, and I'm going to work my way up. So if I'm right, I won't have to defeat every single fucking villain on this map. But so far, it's not looking too good. This is where I started. This way, and I encountered that guy about here. Fought those guys. Huh. I have to stop the lead researcher and his men. So let me read this description again. I think I'm missing something. The name researcher will be well guarded. Allies will be very useful to you. Blah, blah. There are two objectives for you to accomplish here. First, you must find what the Circle already know about the Envoy of Shadows, which I believe you already did. Once you have that, Acaris and the Magi researchers are confident they can work out the rest. Second, we don't know what the Circle form. Circle to discover the Envoy's true name, so you need to disrupt any ceremonies or rituals they're performing and defeat the Circle members or things performing it. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. So I think I know who I have to defeat now. And I just realized it's getting late, so I'm probably going to wrap this up very soon. Because I got to get going. But I think all I have to do is this. Okay, I think I have to defeat those three guys. And then I'll be done, I believe. Nope, I was wrong. Alright, well, anyhow, I ran out of time. I don't know who is watching this, but if you enjoyed this, let me know. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. It was fun. This is something different. I don't know. I might do this again someday. Just kind of hang out with you guys and play this game, just goof off a little bit. It's fun. So, alrighty. I will catch you all later. Take care.